You're live.
Good evening, guys.
Hi, folks.
From Captain Greg DeBrole's house.
From the log cabin with the fire going.
We're back for Talkin Tackle. It's been a while.
Yeah.
We've been excited about this, and we're here to present you a couple of hot tips. I got myself, CJ, Captain Greg.
We got everybody here. Morgan's filming. You know.
Randall, say hi.
Randy's over there.
Morgan, do we have any viewers yet?
We do. Yeah, we do.
The one of the biggest questions we're asked, really, or you're asked,
Yeah. Well, you too.
is how to tie monofilament to braid line. How do you do that?
Whoa.
You know, the top shot. And believe me, we see so many examples of it. You know, there's a saying with knots: if you can't tie a knot, tie a lot.
And we see it.
And we see it. Believe me.
I get people on the boat. They want me to show them on the boat, and I try to show them. But it's a hard situation to be on the boat and working and trying to show them the knots. But if I have time, sometimes I'll show customers. But that's not really the time to learn how to do it. You know, you need to learn to do it before you get on the boat. So when you're on the boat, you can tie it.
So as most of you know, if you're not using braid line, you should be.
Yeah.
Okay. The monofilament is it's old school.
It's 1960 technology when I was in my prime.
Don't get me wrong, a lot of people still use it.
We didn't have a braid. When we used deep water, when we went deep water wreck fishing, we used Dacron. And I mean,
But now, when the fishing's hot, though, does it matter?
Well,
this is our opinion, by the way.
And the deep water, especially where the braid shines. You know, the deeper the water, the more the advantage of the braid by far.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And you're right, Morgan. That's a good.
I mean, if it's drop dead fishing, does it really matter what?
This is our opinion. There might be somebody else that doesn't agree with what we're saying, or whatever, swears by motto, or a particular knot, or a particular ice sinker, or whatever. We're just telling you what we do, and it works good for us. And hopefully, if you try it, maybe it'll work good for you. Okay.
That's what we're trying to get the point across to.
So anyhow, what knot are we gonna do?
I'm gonna demonstrate the Albright knot. Now we got some different color line here, so I hope everybody can see.
We're gonna do the best of our ability to show you this knot, and we're gonna do it numerous times.
Yeah. This orange color, neon color, this is gonna be your monofilament. Okay, so pretend this is your monofilament line. All right, this is gonna be your top shot. Okay. This green line is coming off your reel. This is your braided line. Okay. When you go to do this, I'm going to go as slow as possible, okay?
Do you want me to hold one in?
Yeah, you can hold it. Take your monofilament, is what you're going to call your top shot. Double it up, okay? See what I just did? All I did was took it and laid it on top of each other.
It's just a loop.
Just make a loop. Yep.
No knots, no nothing. Just double it up, pinch it off with your thumb, okay? Take your main line, which is your braid, essentially. That's what we're getting at. Braided line to monofilament, or fluorocarbon, whatever it may be. Braided line to your rod and reel. Okay, take it, go up through. Now you got to give yourself 10, 15 inches. Pull it, and pinch it off all together. See what I just did? Demonstrate it again. Braided line, up through, 12, 15 inches, and pinch it off. All right? Now, take it, wrap away from you towards your main line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can go more than 8. It depends on how thick your line is, but 8 is a good number. After you wrap 8, they have to be simultaneously and right next to each other. If not, it's gonna slip and break. After that, go up through. Okay? And now, essentially, you're supposed to wet it.
We're not going to wet it, and we're not going to pull it tight because we're going to do it again.
Slide it all down.
Yeah, almost any knot you tie, you're always going to.
That's your Albright knot.
You loop it properly to.
Now we know there's other knots
Yes.
that you can use to tie your top shot, your mono, to braid. We understand that. We know that. There's many of them. This is a good knot,
This is an easy one.
and it's an easy one. It's an easy one. So we're going to do it again. CJ will do it again because we see the most half-assed examples of trying to tie mono to braid than you could possibly imagine.
One more time. Okay, pretend the orange line, okay, neon, is your top shot. This is the mono. Fluorocarbon, whatever you want to call it. All you're doing, take the end, lay it over it. Make a good loop, okay? Take your main line. This is going to your rod and reel. This is your braided line. Come up through the bottom. Give yourself 12, 15 inches. Pinch it off all together, okay? Now you take your main line, wrap away from you, okay? And keep it.
Do you understand what he means, away from you?
Yes, away. Like, so if you're looking at it, I know I'm wrapping towards, well, I don't know if the camera's showing it, but keep them nice and flush, nice and neat, next to each other. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, sometimes with lighter line, you can go up to 12 times. Okay, so let's just say I did it 12 times. You get that last one, go up through. Okay.
There you go.
Snug. That's your Albright knot. Now, like I said, there's also a couple of different other ways you can tie an Albright. This is just what I've done, and this works best for me. There's a reverse Albright. There's a wrap it the other way. Go 5 times this way, 5 times that way. But it's this is the Albright that I always tie, and this seems to work the best for me.
Like we said, these are knots that we use, okay, and they work best for us. I mean, these guys, when they're on deck, they can tie that thing in 5 seconds.
You don't need to know a lot of knots. You just need to know how to tie a good knot properly, and you're good. If you can get one knot that works and you can tie it perfectly, then that's the one you want to stick with.
Do we have any comments, Morgan?
Yeah, a couple highs. John says hi.
Hi, John.
John Smith?
Yep.
Tell him I said hi.
Hi, John.
Tell John Smith I got a story for you. Last time I saw you. But we'll keep it at that. Does anybody else want to see the knot again? Anybody other comments? You want to see? You want to try the uni? Show the uni?
Yeah, we can show you another one.
This is another one. This is another knot called a uni knot.
Right.
Okay.
I'll just slide over for you.
It's not as strong to begin with, right? A uni knot.
No, this is a good knot to tie like backing to mono and stuff. That's usually where I tie it. You can tie it to tie a leader
In
on
my personal opinion,
mono to mono.
I don't see it being the strongest knot. Now, people might say, "Oh, well, I use uni for everything," but in my opinion, I don't see it being the strongest. I personally think the FG knot, which is a little more complex, that's the strongest knot.
So
monitor braid I've used.
I like to
We'll show that.
I like to tie a uni knot even when I'm just tying one line, but this is so it's a double uni knot. So you can usually want to do it with mono to mono, like or you can do it with braid to mono. So these can be either one. Lay them past each other. You're gonna come back with this one. You're gonna make a loop, kind of over that one. Do it this way so you got some room. And you're gonna come back this way with this one, and you're gonna make your loop. So you're gonna come over this side, and I'm gonna wrap around this. You probably want to go
towards you.
Inside the loop.
Inside the loop. You want to probably go 4 or 5 times, but then you want to just after you get that one, you're just gonna kind of pull it so it's just a little snug. Come back over, and now you're going to wrap.
You see how he's doing it? He's
the
wrapping
opposite.
it.
Now I'm going to
He's
do the
wrapping
same
it
thing,
the
but I'm
opposite.
going to go the opposite. So now you're going to wrap away from the loop. Do it like 3 times. Get those the same way. And kind of just pull them. Then we want at this point you want to kind of just give it a little bit of spit or lube on it, and then just kind of slowly pull them. I'm doing this a lot extra. Usually keep them closer when you're doing it, but you just want to kind of just slide them together, and then pull them tight.
And then pull them tight.
And
And like you said, you should put, you should spit on it,
Yeah,
lubricant
then
on
when
it.
you pull them
You
tight,
always want to do that.
After you get them nice and tight, pull it really hard and cut your tag ends off. And it's a pretty easy knot. It's pretty good for a lot of things.
This is the way to go from here on out, folks. If you fish a lot, this is what you want to do. Now, I suppose if you fish 2, 3, 4 times a year, it really doesn't make a difference. But if you're serious about fishing and you want to do the right steps, tie these knots, get yourself a top shot, learn these knots.
Always tie them and never have to untie them.
For those who might know, the top shot. Why do you use the top shot on braid?
Well, it's considered a shock leader. I mean, you fish a lot of hard bottom. There's a lot of stretch to mono if you're using a full spool of mono. The braid itself, there's no stretch. So when you set that hook, you want a little top shot to be able to stretch a little bit, especially when you're setting that hook hard. Plus, not to mention, it's abrasive.
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
The abrasion. I mean, the mono is just so much better on that than the
that's why
braid is.
If you tie that braid straight to your hook and you set the hook while you're black fishing, and that braid touches that rock, forget it.
It's gone.
You got a little mono there, you save yourself, and that's the reason for a tie.
Yeah, the one thing about braid is when you get under a lot of tension and you just nick it, it'll break. But if it's like just floppy and you try to cut it, it won't cut. But if you pull it tight and you just like nick it with something sharp, Now with the mono, when it's taking that abuse, you can rub it on the rocks and stuff, and it's not going to break.
And you'll see that when we go blackfishing in the fall.
And
Yeah.
fluorocarbon is even more.
And the beauty part about it is you can continually change that top shot. So as that gets worn on that abrasion, that rough bottom, well, okay, you can just cut it off and tie another knot.
Yeah, a lot of times you tie your top shot.
How many feet? I'm sure they're going to ask. How many feet of mono, of top shot, would you put on it?
If I'm fishing in the Sound, I prefer 6 to 8 feet. Now, if I'm tuna fishing, 10, 12, up to 15, it all depends on what you're doing. But in the Sound, bottom fishing, even at Block Island, 6, 8 feet. That's what I prefer. Now, like I said, that's my opinion.
And if I know I'm going to be tying stuff or changing rigs or something, I tie it even longer so you have room to cut it and not have to tie it back.
And you can make a new rig with the mono you have.
Yeah. So hopefully, hopefully we helped you a little bit.
I would like to demonstrate another knot next week, but that being said, we are all for taking thoughts and comments about what else we should talk about. So if you guys have different stuff that you want us to talk about, please send us an email or talk on it right here, and we'd be glad to talk about it and go live with that stuff.
We'd like to go ice fishing, but there's no ice. We did go ice fishing a couple of times there, but
and we used Top Shots for that too.
And we did, and we did, And the boat, we did a live Facebook down at the boat. Morgan and I today. They're probably half done with the pulpit. They've got the boat. They've got the boat sanded and primed. I mean, it's going to be down there for a good another month, maybe 6 weeks. But
it's in good hands down there.
It's in good hands. It's in a nice warm shed, and
wait till you see it.
Yeah, wait till you see it.
It was incredible for me to see. Just wait till the customers see it.
Yeah,
it's going to be.
I will say this: I will be getting to the boat early every morning, and I know it's a popular spot to fish. So I'll be taking bids. So if anybody wants to throw a couple extra dollars, we can make stuff work out. I'll be there extra early for you guys, for your early comers, for the pulpit spot. Do we have any comments, Morgan? Anybody?
Todd George said ice is for drinks. He means ice fishing. Jacob's watching.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hi, Jake.
Jake got a new boat. Got a new boat this year.
Is Lori watching?
She is, yep.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
We missed you.
Arthur asked, what color are we going to paint the boat? What shade of red? It's going to be red.
It's going to be red. The manager at Director Shipyard, I know the customers probably don't see this, but there was probably about 6 different shades of red on the Black Hawk for the last 2 years since I bought it. And it'll be one shade now. We're going through the whole hull. It's all being blasted and sanded and primed, and 2 final coats. And but it is going to remain red.
CJ, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
From Tom.
How are you, Tom?
Are we going to go spring togging?
That all depends on, we assume to get the boat back, and we have been talking about a spring cod/blackfish trip in the month of April when Blackfish opens. As long as we get the boat back and we are ready to go, we'd be more than happy, and we look forward to doing a spring blackfish and cod trip for the month of April, yes. We will look forward to it.
Perfect.
Anybody else?
No, that's
I know
not
it's our
it.
first Talkin Tackle. I'm sure there might be a few viewers and questions. But
Boy, look at the size of that there hook there, man. What did you catch with that baby?
Like you said before, guys, whatever you guys want to know about or want us to talk about, let us know however you want to do that, and go from there.
You know what kind of hook that is, Greg?
We can talk about anything you want, including the sexual habits of the
Female blackfish.
female blackfish.
You know what kind of hook that is?
What kind is it?
I'm asking you.
I have no idea. Is that a circle hook?
That would be a circle.
Really?
Yeah.
You know why? We never had circle hooks either.
Oh, we got them now. Anyways, folks.
I didn't have a lot of things when I was coming up, but I've been around.
These things are now required.
You did not have braided line.
You don't need
We
them
did
back
not
there.
have braided line. No, we didn't know what braided line was.
Now we do. So throw that monofilament out, take it off the reels, put some braided line on, and tie your top shots.
Joey Miller, we will be at the Mohegan Sun Fishing Show. Yes, we will be there.
We'll be there.
We will be there with the fighting chair.
It might possibly be. Should I say that? It might possibly be at least my last show. I can tell you that. I have been doing the shows. I was the first saltwater charter boat to be in the Suffern, New York show back in the early '70s.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. Yeah.
Before
And I
our
have done
time,
shows all
Way
across
before Morgan's time.
the 48 states, and they even wanted me to go to Alaska and put my trailer on a train. But the reason we didn't do it, it would have taken up too much time. I could have done 3 shows in the time period it would get the train up there, get me up there, and get back. So we never did it. But the sports shows are losing their appeal a little bit, with the internet and everything. And this could quite possibly be our last show. We'll see what happens.
But we will be there.
We'll be giving
We'll
away
be
trips to the kids.
What's that?
We'll be giving away trips to the kids too with
Yeah.
the fighting chair.
Yeah.
Is the drawing contest still going on?
I think all the entries are in, and now it's just judging.
Heather's
them,
been going through them. There, we got a lot of entries. Heather's been
Yeah.
busy,
Well, good luck to the
busy
kids.
keeping through them. There's a lot
Yeah,
of good
thank you
ones
very
there,
much,
so.
the parents and everything, and the kids. Thank you for so many wonderful drawings.
I saw a couple of them. It's going to be a hard pick to figure out, the best one.
They're pretty good.
A lot of good entries.
Anyways,
Okay.
Send in your topics, what you want to talk, us to talk about next week, and we look forward to doing it. From the couch,
From the cabin.
at Captain Greg DeBrule's house.
Couch.
The cabin couch.
We'll see you, folks. Okay, have a great week. We'll keep you posted on the boat.